Welcome to Mechanical Engineering Design, and in this video I'm going to show an overview of a bean threshing machine. If you have not subscribed to my channel, I kindly request that you subscribe because it means a lot to me. Now, what is a bean threshing machine? This machine is used to separate chaff from the beans. After harvesting the beans from the farm, you let them dry for like 2-3 days or even a week. When they are dry enough, you need to separate the beans from the pods. Now, when you are doing large quantities of beans, you need to automate or use the machine to help you simplify the job. One of such machine is what we are seeing on the screen. So this machine contains several parts. We have the hopper, where you feed the beans with the pods and everything. Inside, we have a rotating drum with spikes, which will crush the beans and separate them from the pods. On this other end, we have an opening now. We don't give long time during the process of crushing, so as they crush, they are released throughout the mesh at the back, and they are able to land on the receiving sieve at this point. So as they land here, this sieve is always shaking. It's moving back and forth. So this will allow the heavier beans to go below and the shaft to remain on top. So as the shaking continues, the shaft will be able to drop on this end, and the beans will penetrate through the sieve into the receiving tray here. So on the receiving tray, these holes are smaller than this one. So the purpose of these holes is to separate the beans from the sand and other solid particles. At the same time, we have a fan on this side. So this fan will be rotating counterclockwise direction, blowing away the remaining chaff, ensuring that we only have clean beans dropping on this receiving tray. So on this end, we have a small hopper where we'll now collect the already clean beans. Now, what is employed in this mechanism? We only have one motor to run all the mechanical operations. This motor has a pulley which has double sections. One side connects to the fan and the other part connects to the reciprocating mechanism or the shaking mechanism on this point, so it will be able to rotate this shaft. So how we are able to achieve the shaking mechanism is by use of this bearing. So this bearing is free to rotate on this blade, and it has a hole which is eccentric to its center. Now this shaft is fixed to this bearing. It is welded together, but it's free on this side. So as it rotates, the distance between the center of this shaft and the original center of the bearing gives the displacement. That's what gives us the shaking mechanism. On this sieve, it is suspended. As you can see, it's suspended with these two blades. Let me show you from the inside. We have two plates. One is this one and this one. So there are two on this side and two on this other side. Now look at the process. So the sieve is able to shake, and we can achieve the shaking mechanism while the fan rotates counterclockwise, blowing the wind against the direction of flow of beans. So in the next part, I want to show you the exploded views of all the parts. Now we come to model. These are all the major parts that makes our bean threshing machine. Here we have the main frame, and this frame has an extension on this side which we fix the motor. The frame supports all the parts of this system. Now, this drum is what brings about all the threshing process. It has these spikes welded on this surface. So this drum is supported on both ends by two bearings, which is this one and this one, and of course the pulley which transfers the motion. So we shall have this cover on top, while this other one below it. So the top cover is enclosed, while the lower cover has this mesh to allow the flow of beans and chaff. So the top cover has got the hopper where you do the feeding. And we can come to this frame. This frame is used to support the sieve. And then we have the receiving tray, which is also slanting to allow the beans to flow by gravity. And that's all about bean threshing machine. So if you have any question, let me answer you in the comment section. And I'll upload the video that shows all the process. So see you in the next tutorial.